Welcome back to the Neural Intel Pod. We are diving deep on a topic that's got everyone talking, LLMs for code.
Yeah,
Specifically how developers are using these models to write better code, faster.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's AI shaking things up in the coding world, so let's get into how it all works.
You know what's fascinating to me is that we're not talking about LLMs replacing developers,
Right.
entirely.
Yeah.
It's more like we're giving developers, a supercharged toolkit,
Okay.
one that's always ready with relevant code examples, library suggestions,
Right.
or even to execute those repetitive tasks we all dread.
Okay, so not replacing human ingenuity, but definitely amplifying it.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's more to it than just typing in, write me a website, and having the code magically appear.
You got it.
Yeah.
The key is context.
Okay.
Imagine trying to teach someone to code without explaining the fundamentals or showing them examples. It just
Right.
wouldn't work,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Same goes for LLMs. To get truly powerful results, you need to craft your prompts carefully. Feed the model relevant information,
Okay.
and even build a conversation history.
So it's like a back and forth teaching the model what you need.
Exactly.
Does that mean you need to be a coding whiz to even use these things effectively?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
The beauty of LLMs is that they can be helpful at various skill levels.
Okay.
Even if you're not having the LLM write entire programs.
Right.
They can be incredible for exploring existing code bases.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine you're a new developer joining a team with a massive, unfamiliar code base.
Right.
You can actually feed the code into an LLM and ask it questions like, what's the overall architecture?
Yeah.
Or how does this specific feature work?
That's amazing. So it's like having an instant expert on any code base, even if you've never seen it before.
Exactly.
Oh, cool.
And for those who are more experienced and looking to push the boundaries,
Yeah.
there are some really interesting techniques emerging. Simon Willison, a developer who's been experimenting heavily with LLMs for code, highlights the importance of using precise prompts.
Okay.
He gives an example of creating a function that downloads data,
Oh,
but not just a simple download.
Yeah.
He wants built-in safeguards,
Hmm.
file size checks, data integrity verification, the works.
So he's basically describing the function's requirements in detail, and the LLM able to translate that into working code.
Precisely.
Okay.
In Willison's example,
Yeah.
he provided the LLM with what's called a function signature.
Okay.
Think of it as the outline of what the function should do.
Okay.
From that, the LLM generated the entire function,
Wow.
including error handling and even documentation.
Really?
He essentially acted as the architect,
Yeah.
and the LLM was like his construction crew filling in the details.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah,
But even with a super smart AI construction crew, I imagine testing is still crucial.
absolutely.
After all, even the best tools can make mistakes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No matter how advanced the LLM,
Yeah.
the responsibility for testing and ultimately verifying the code lies with the human developer.
Okay.
Think of it as double-checking you're incredibly efficient,
You're right.
but sometimes overconfident.
Yeah.
Coding buddy.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
So while LLMs can speed things up dramatically,
Yeah.
it's not a case of set it and forget.
right.
Human oversight is still key.
Yeah.
This is all incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
But can you give us a real-world example of how someone like Simon Willison is actually using these tools in their day-to-day work?
Sure. Willison talks about building a feature for his website
Okay.
that showcases the evolution of his projects.
Okay.
Specifically, those built with LLMs.
Right.
He wanted to create a colophon page displaying the commit history of all the tools he'd developed using these models.
That sounds pretty meta.
Yeah.
Using LLMs to document the use of LLMs.
Right.
What's interesting is he's not just having the model spit out static code, he's actually letting it execute code against his existing files.
Right.
What's the advantage of that approach?
It allows for a more interactive and iterative development process.
Okay.
Instead of generating a huge chunk of code and hoping it works,
Right.
you can break the task down into smaller steps,
Okay.
getting constant feedback from the LLM and refining the solution as you go.
So it's less about write me the whole thing and more about let's build this together step by step.
Exactly.
What did those steps look like in Willison's case?
He started by using an LLM called Claude Code,
Okay.
which is specifically designed for this kind of interactive coding.
Okay.
His initial prompt was relatively high level.
Okay.
Go through the commit history of these HTML files, extract any URLs mentioned in the commit messages,
Okay.
and output all that data into a JSON file.
So he's essentially automating the process of data gathering and structuring,
Right.
letting the LLM handle the grunt work.
Yeah.
Did it manage to pull that off smoothly?
Impressively so.
Wow.
It scanned through all the commit messages,
Okay.
identified the relevant URLs.
And neatly packaged everything into a JSON file.
Okay.
Of course, there were a few points where Willison had to refine his prompts,
Okay.
providing more specific instructions or examples to guide the LLM in the right direction.
This highlights the collaborative aspect we talked about earlier.
Right.
It's not just about giving orders, it's about working with the LLM,
Right.
helping it understand the nuances of the task.
Exactly.
What happened once he had the data in the JSON format?
The next step was using that data to actually build the HTML for the colophon page.
Okay.
Willison specified the layout he wanted. Mobile-friendly, clear display of commit messages and dates.
Okay.
And Claude Code generated the code based on those instructions.
So it's almost like he's the designer providing the overall vision.
Right.
And the LLM is translating that vision into code.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this back and forth continued throughout the process.
Okay.
There were moments where the LLM needed a nudge in the right direction.
Like when it wasn't displaying the commits in the correct order.
Right.
But each time, Willison was able to course correct by providing clearer instructions.
This is really painting a picture of how this kind of interactive coding can work.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, was Willison able to complete the entire project using just the LLM? Or were there points where his own expertise as a developer was still essential?
He was able to get incredibly close,
Okay.
but there was a final step where his own knowledge came into play.
Okay.
The colophon page needed to be integrated into his existing website build process,
Right.
which involved using a tool called GitHub Actions.
Okay.
This is where his experience and understanding of those specific tools became crucial.
So even with all the advancements in LLMs,
Right.
there are still areas where human expertise is indispensable,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to the intricacies of specific tools and workflows.
Absolutely. LLMs are powerful,
Right.
but they're not a magic bullet.
Right.
It's about understanding their strengths, their limitations, and knowing when to step in with your own skills to bridge the gap.
Okay.
In this case, Willison was able to figure out the GitHub Actions configuration
Okay.
and successfully deploy the new feature.
It's clear that LLMs can help write new code and explore existing code bases.
Right.
But what's fascinating to me is the bigger picture.
Yeah.
How are these models changing the way developers actually think and work?
I think we're seeing a fundamental shift in the development process itself.
Okay.
Traditionally, coding has been very linear.
Right.
Gather requirements, design the solution, write the code, test it, deploy it.
The classic waterfall model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But LLMs are kind of ushering in a more iterative and experimental approach.
Okay.
Developers can now rapidly prototype ideas,
Okay.
get feedback from the LLM,
Right.
and refine their solutions much more quickly.
It's like having a constant brainstorming partner.
Yeah.
One who can instantly turn your thoughts into code.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And this increased speed of iteration leads to a much faster learning cycle.
Right.
Try new things, see what works, learn from mistakes,
Right.
all much more efficiently.
So LLMs aren't just tools, they're actually changing the very nature of software development.
They absolutely are.
Wow.
And this has profound implications for the future of coding.
Okay.
As these models continue to evolve,
Yeah.
we can expect even more dramatic changes in how software is created.
What kind of changes are we talking about? Give us a glimpse into the future.
One possibility is that LLMs will become so adept at understanding natural language
Okay.
that developers will be able to simply describe what they want to build in plain English.
Right.
And the LLM will generate the code automatically.
No more wrestling with syntax errors and debugging cryptic code. That sounds almost too good to be true.
It's certainly a compelling vision,
Yeah.
but even if we don't reach that level of automation,
Okay.
LLMs will undoubtedly continue to reshape the coding landscape. We're already seeing tools that can automatically generate documentation,
Okay.
write unit tests,
Wow.
and even refactor code to make it more efficient.
So it's not just about writing new code. It's about automating many of the tedious and time-consuming tasks that developers currently handle manually.
Precisely.
Yeah.
This frees up developers to focus on higher-level tasks,
Okay.
such as design, architecture,
Right.
and problem solving.
In a way, LLMs could help us reclaim the true essence of software development,
Yeah,
the creative and intellectual side of building something new and innovative.
couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think about.
It truly is an exciting prospect.
Yeah.
We're at the forefront of a new era in software development,
Hmm.
one where LLMs will play an increasingly pivotal role.
And as always, we'll be here on the Neural Intel Pod to guide you through all the latest advancements.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners who are eager to delve deeper into this world,
Yeah.
where should they start?
Simon Willison's blog is a treasure trove of insights and practical examples.
Okay,
We highly recommend checking it out.
perfect.
You can also find a wealth of information and research papers on LLMs for code on our website.
Okay,
The link is in our bio.
perfect. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the nitty-gritty details of prompt engineering to the broader implications of LLMs for the future of coding.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
It's clear that we're witnessing a paradigm shift in software development,
Absolutely.
one that has the potential to unlock incredible new possibilities.
Indeed.
And it's a journey that's just beginning.
Yeah, just the beginning.
We're excited to see where it leads and to share those discoveries with you right here on the Neural Intel Pod.
It's my pleasure.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of LLMs for code. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. We'll catch you in the next episode.